Kia ora, good morning, good afternoon and good evening everyone. Hope you guys are doing well and you guys had a nice weekend. As you guys could tell by my last video, if you guys paid attention to that one, I now have a BMW 335i N54 twin turbo. So it does come with its issues. This one itself has low mileage. I bought it around 85. It's got about 90 on it now. Yeah, so roughly 5,000 Ks I've already put on it, which is absolutely nuts. Couple things that are due, one being the oil filter housing gasket and the oil cooler housing, I believe is what it's called, as well as the valve cover is weeping a little bit too. In this video itself, we're only going to cover the oil filter housing gasket. I say that like I'm a professional. I'll disclaim right now that I am not a professional by any means. I'm not trained. I work as a tyre technician. I do wheel alignments and stuff, so I have rough understanding of how some things work. Europeans are not one of them, so you guys will be figuring it out with me. I'll link to the fella I'm going off for this. I'm going to be watching that video like it's the Bible. Honestly, one of the more in-depth videos I've seen regarding these. I'll just pull his account up now. Zayton, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, but here we are here. I'll link his stuff down there if you wanted to go and watch this video for yourself. It's a bit more in depth and a little bit more how to. This is going to be more of like a raw experience of what you can expect doing this. I've already taken the oil out. I've got a fresh drum sitting down there, and yeah, so first things first, what we're going to do is taking off the cabin filter housing. Ignore how absolutely deviously dirty that shit is. I will need a new one of those right now, but my repcos are all shut and I want to get this done, so that will be another job for the next couple of weeks. These two as well have come off. They're just plastic doodads, nothing but 8mm and a couple of clips holding the wiring harness on. Pretty easy stuff, not too complicated. You just lift that and oh, I have missed a clip here, the windshield washer, wiper, hose, whatever, and make sure that one's off. Yep, and then it should, yep, just come off like that. That is a heavy bit of plastic, Jesus Christ almighty. Yeah, so next up we actually have space back here now, so I can take the engine cover off. I've got all four of these off, so the engine cover can now come off. These are all loose as well, so it'll be a little bit finicky, but I reckon if I can't do this, I can't do the rest of the job. So well, we're getting somewhere. We are making progress. Here we go. So that's off, as well as all that other plastic garbage. Let's see what state it's in, eh? Oh, that's a lot of oil. Shit. Oh, valve cover needs done. We've got the air duct vent off, as well as, I forgot the name of the hose, but it's just the hose that sits right to the right of the oil filter. As well as down here, I've just pulled these major wires off of the actual airbox itself. It seems that they're mounted on there. I've also, if you can see there, just loosened that clamp there and the one behind it. So it's all ready to come off. It's just held by some grommets, so I believe I can just do that. Yeah, like that. And then again from the back. Oh, there we go, and it's out. That was not pretty. A little hot tip, if you're dumb like me, put a bit of tape saying no oil on it, so the last thing you see, as well as on the start button, is no oil, in case you do all this big mahi, you're like, yeah, time to see how good I am. You're not that good. You're going to blow your engine up. The next up, I believe, is just more hoses. Unplug a few sensors, lift the actual intake manifold up itself, and then yeah, I think we can get to the bastard part. All right, so we've made a little bit of progress. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's just all the finicky shit really that's been done so far. A couple bolts off the intake manifold, that's ready to be lifted up for a really cunty bolt in there. And under there's a 13mm that I just took off for the oil cooler lines. Just a couple of clips undone, etc, etc. This, I actually had to take the clip off and replace onto this one here because it's actually mounted just there. and when I pulled it off it went pinging somewhere in here and I couldn't find it. I've taken plenty of shit apart trying to find it, so I'm just going to hope it's not an issue in the future. I'll have to order a new part though, so I took the one that's easiest to get off, the one just next to the hose, so that when it comes time to put the next one on I don't have to do all this shit again. Yeah, so right now we're just going to take off these oil lines. Once that's done, it's some Torx 12 bits and we're ready to take the oil cooler housing off. I'll just grab some towels because apparently it's going to piss oil. Should be good just to come off. And there's a little bit of oil, not a whole lot. My O-rings stayed on there. Apparently they can get stuck underneath. Yeah, so I'm going to clean this off and get those Torx bits off. And if I run into anything I'll show you guys what I'm sort of going through. I have got that cunt off here. That just sits there like that. 3 12mm Torx bits. Once it's off, it's off. It's just that one under there's a bit of a cunt. So if you have a long Torx drive, it'll be a lot easier because otherwise you have to undo the rest by hand with a socket. But so I'm going to clean this off. I don't know how well you guys can see, but oh yeah, that's fucked. What a funky looking device. The boys are back. Welcome back, lads. Oh, wow. It's been 3 or 4 days. I had to order an E10. It's a spanner because my socket, it's the same size, but it wouldn't fit. Let me grab my flashlight. As you can see, this pipe here, which leads to cylinder head 1, is in the way of getting, it doesn't look like it's in the way, but with the bolt on there it can't get on, so I had no other choice. I could have used an 8mm that fits over there slightly, but then you run the risk of cracking the head off the bolt. Yeah, so I managed to, it was a bastard. I had to move all the shit out of the way and go between the fan blades there, but finally it's out. I managed to get the one back there out. It's relatively straightforward. You more or less just have to lift the whole intake manifold just slightly. I think my brother just fell down the stairs or something. This is ready to come off now. I'm just going to clean that face there, and then it's all just a matter of putting this back together. I'm also going to do an oil and a coolant flush as well, and coolant just because this can run the risk of getting oil in your coolant, so just to be safe I'm going to flush everything out and top it up with some BMW certified antifreeze, which is strange that you have to buy that, but I have read that it apparently fucks your shit up, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to find that out. So right, have a gander at this. That's mounted, so we'll get that sucker off. Oh, that's way easier. Look at that crusty dusty goddamn. Not that famous, are you? Get all that yuck shit out. What's going on? Pretty good stuff. That's all been tightened down. I just did it bolt by bolt. And yeah, that's just going to mount up to there. Right, you guys probably can't see. Right, now if I remember correctly, this can be a bit of a bastard, purely because there's like not enough room for you to have an extension, but it's too deep under there for you to just have the socket on there. So sometimes you'll have to grab like either a really short socket or one of these adapters. They work really well because they're quite short, but they don't really hook up to anything, so you can just screw it on that way. Yeah, and just like we did before, do this one up evenly. Sweet, it's all together. So I am ready to put these oil lines back on. There we go. Right, there on. I do apologise. My camera died, so I got the oil lines all apart. This really shouldn't have taken this long. I recommend, if you're going to do this yourself, to get that replacement Mickey Mouse flange, just because if it hasn't been done already, it probably will go in the future while you're driving, rather than having the car on jack stands and all apart. So might as well do it when it's not going to be on the side of the road and leave you stranded and meet with a tow truck fee. So to be honest, I'm kind of glad that I did break it. Saves me the headache in probably 6 months time, if not less than that. Right, so now that that's done, I believe we're ready to just put the intake manifold back on, hook that sucker back up, put the box back on, and then we're good to go. So after having worked on this for a couple of days now, it's not as easy as a Jap car like I'm used to. So I had a little 86, I had 2 of them actually, and did a little bit of work on them. Nothing like crazy compared to what's out there, hence why I didn't really make content on them. Sweet, so engine cover time. Hey? Oops. That back nice and tight. Airbox is officially back on. Starting to look like a car again. So I'll top it up with oil and then I'll do coolant. Just a quick update of where we're at. I've got the radiator off. Everything's all sweet up here. It's full of oil. Everything's back together. I just need to put the airbox back on and then the big cowl at the back. Right now I'm just doing a coolant flush. Having a wee look-see at how it's going. It's not too bad. So yeah, oh, a fantail just flew in the shop. No way. Just gonna get this coolant out, chuck the radiator back on. So it is the next day. I'm just finishing up my coolant flush now. Yes, I'm just letting the computer do its thing. Conveniently too, my car died halfway through doing its cycle, so then I thought that I might have fried my ECU or done some thing. So I've just got it hooked up to an external battery for the time being, and I'm gonna let this just do its thing. As you can see in there, I'm not sure how well you guys can see, but it's not, probably not got too much longer. I've been letting it sit for probably 5 minutes ish. Coolant's been done, just tighten that all up. Time to put all this back on. That's just held on by 2 T20s. But yeah, oh shit. Got this all on. I didn't end up finding that one bolt, so I'll have to go to the hardware store. At least it's on a non-vital spot. So I've just put this cowl on here. It's just the 2 10 mils. Just doing them up now. That's good enough. Now we're ready for the intake box. Sweet. Right. Put that fucking thing back on there. Come on. Come on. And on. That's sorted. I believe we are all done. Put that back on. Grab some rags. Just give it a bit of a wipe down. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, something's happened.
Yeah, I took the thing off.
Oh. No. Sorry guys that I forgot to record the next startup. I threw up a steering lock warning, which is pretty common with these, so I had to get my mate over last night and he coded it out for me, which you guys may run into yourselves. Unfortunately, that is just something with these engines. Everything's good to go. There's probably a little bit of burn off left to do just on the headers down there, but yeah, that's how you do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll take it for a test drive, and if there's anything that spikes my interest, I'll be sure to let you guys know. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more similarities. I'm sure that this old puppy is going to give me plenty more content to record similar videos on. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll link to the video, of course, that helped me get through this in the description below. Go take this for a test drive, give it a wash because it's fucking filthy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.